Hey everybody, Heather Nichols here, and let's talk today about being different and the fact that the things that are different about you, the things that you think are wrong about you, with you, are actually your strength. That may be really hard to even wrap your head around. I'll never forget when somebody asked me if I had acknowledged the difference that I be. It was the founder of Access Consciousness, Gary Douglas, and he asked me this question in a class, and I just was like, I'm not different. What are you talking about? I'm totally normal. I'm totally, standard, like everybody else. And because that was something that I grew up learning to value, not being too different than other people, not being too far out there. And it's that question set me off on this exploration of, oh, okay, so I'm different. How am I different? How do I function in a different way? And I found out that my brain functions really differently than other people, and that I have tons of energetic awareness and capacities, and I think differently, and I choose differently, and I like different things. And I had really been trying to hide it from myself and from the world because I didn't value it at all. I thought that all of those things were the things that were wrong about me. And so one of the things we say a lot in Access Consciousness, and particularly with the X-Men body of work, which is all about exploring neurodiversity and difference and the strength of that, is that your wrongness is your strongness. So what if the very thing that you think is messed up about you, wrong about you, is actually, what if your gifts actually lie there? And so maybe you think you can't, like for me, I really thought I couldn't do business. I didn't understand how to do it. I wasn't willing to like put on a suit and go work in a high rise and get an MBA. And so I thought, well, that's, I'm not going to be good at business then, because that's how business is done. But what I didn't realize is that I had a whole awareness of how business works for me, how creation works, the things that I could be doing that I like to do, all that stuff that I didn't realize that there was a lot of awareness there. That if I like followed that and took a dive into the exploration of that and bringing it forward, bringing it to the world, that there would actually be a lot of gifts and treasure, really, that I had been hiding. And so what if you're not as messed up as you think you are? What if the things that you think are wrong about you are actually your strengths? And what if you could start to explore the difference of you? And a lot of times this is how, one of the ways that this shows up for a lot of people is you start to, like, you notice, like things that confuse you about how other people function. So, maybe somebody has a point of view about something that doesn't make any sense to you, or they function in a certain way that doesn't make sense to you. And what X-Men, or people that are neurodiverse, neurologically diverse, what they tend to do is immediately go to the wrongness of them and see, I don't understand this, so I must be deficient. When you flip it on its head and you turn that 180 degrees, you can start to see that if you don't understand something, it's probably because it's not true for you. And what if that's a gift? There's a lot of insanity out there in the world, a lot of insane points of view that people function from. And if you see you don't understand that as a gift, and that's an indication of your strength, you can start to look at, well, what do I know about this that is different? What do I know about this that perhaps nobody else knows. And it's similarly to how I did that with business. It was like, well, what do I know about creation and business that is unique? And what if I bring that to myself first as a gift? What if I start to trust that and honor that and be, have allowance for that? And then I can bring that to the world in only the way that I know how. And some of the great leaders of our world, like people that have contributed a lot to the world, are people that really functioned out of the box in a very, very different way. And they've created phenomenal things because of that. Great works of art, and inventions and creations from people that did not function like the rest of the world. And they were willing to know that they knew something different. They were willing to value it enough to bring it to fruition. And they were willing to see that it wasn't wrong, but that they had an awareness of something else that was possible. And they brought that to the world. And what if that's something that was available to you as well? And you don't even need other people to receive it or accept it or celebrate it. But it's like when we allow these things to flow through us freely, there's a real gift there that we get to give to ourselves. And even if other people don't receive it, it's okay, because you strengthen the muscle of being different, which allows your whole world to start to shimmer with the beauty of you and the possibility that you be. And I know I would love to live in a world where there's a lot more of that and a lot more people who are willing to be as different as they actually are. So bring it on, will ya? Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.